We'll go live here in just a couple of minutes. If you haven't done so, grab some hot tea, grab some coffee, grab something to sip and make your morning better. Here in just a couple of minutes to finish prepping for you guys. Let me know where you're watching from, like which platform where you're watching from. Talk to you at 3:58. That's it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my amazing friends, followers, fans, haters, enemies, whatever you are, whatever your relationship is to me. Good morning. Drop a comment. Let me know what city you're watching from and what platform that you are on this morning. It's been a minute since I've been live on a Monday morning. I'm kind of randomly all over the place right now. How are you doing? That's the first thing I want to know is how are you doing? Especially my American friends, me being in America right now. I want to know how you're doing. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, we don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it later. But how are you doing this morning as we kind of usher in somebody new, as we usher someone new into the executive branch, if you will? Ryan, my man, how are you feeling, Ryan? My buddy Ryan, pilot buddy, who's just, man, talk about a guy who goes through some training and is doing some smart stuff. Ryan and Hannah, how you feeling, Ryan? How are you feeling? How's everybody else feeling? Surprisingly, Stephen, brother, I feel you. Man, if I could just have that banner, that's exactly how I'm doing too. Cold. Even more so because I was already out the door at, goodness, 5 something awful order this morning. YouTube Roy. YouTube Roy, Keith, what does that mean? But I got some of my regulars on here. Ryan, Stephen, Keith, thank you as always for tuning in. Yeah, Stephen, I'm with you, man. I was up and out at the gym 5:30, 5:45 this morning. I can't remember what time it was. And you talk about cold. I mean, I used to be this kind of guy that I don't like putting on like a lot of warm clothes. if I'm going to be transitioning outside for a very short period of time. Like, I have no problem just going out in my garage, it's freezing cold, in shorts and a t-shirt, and driving someplace, usually if it's chilly, and just running inside the 7-Eleven to get something to drink, or running inside the gym. It's so cold right now that even that run, even I can't handle that run, that short. Doesn't matter if it's 10 seconds or 5 seconds. It's brutal. So, food poisoning, Hoover Dam tour, recovering back at home with some dang good views. Roy Washington, Keith, thank you. Yeah, Ryan, I was cool to see you guys out there, man. I've been on top of that Hoover Dam in the middle of summer. Hopefully, you guys got to go down in the Hoover Dam and go on a tour. But I've been on the top of that Hoover Dam in the summer, and in my entire life, I have never been any place hotter. On top of Hoover Dam in summer, there was no pleasure to be had. I mean, I've been there multiple times, but the time I went, it wasn't fun at all. I mean, it was at least 115, if not hotter. It's summer, so I'm glad you guys got to go at a good time. And I hope you and Hannah had a good time. Good morning, Hannah, if she's around, and the kids, if they are around, man. As always, it's good to see everyone tuning in here. For those of you first time watchers, or if you accidentally tripped upon this stream and you have no idea who I am, my name is Patrick Almond, and I run a marketing agency here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, called Stop Doing Nothing Media. And we get on live occasionally a few times a week and just talk about life and business and just some things to basically start us off in a good mood. And Monday mornings are really, really important for that. If you've watched any of my past content, you know I don't subscribe too much to the tenets of life, like the time periods, like a 24-hour day or a 7-day week or a 30-day month or a 12-month year or a 24-hour day. I don't try to constrain myself by those things, but the reality is we live in a world that has weeks, and every week, every month, every year feels like a new chance to start something great, start something amazing. And so here we are, Monday morning, 9:08 U.S. Central Time. I'm caffeinated, I'm hydrated, I'm shaved. I would say from head to toe, but there are some areas I skipped. But I got a fresh head shave on, and for some reason, Monday morning after I brush my teeth and my head shaved, it's like, okay, I'm ready to conquer the world. I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, I'm smelling good. All that stuff is really, really good. Let's see what Keith said here. Who sits in the Oval Office doesn't change how I feel about life. It's a waste of personal energy to worry about what is happening inside the Beltway. Amazing. That's how I'm going to wrap up my stream, Keith. So I love that attitude. Who sits in the Oval Office doesn't change. Exactly. It doesn't, and it shouldn't change. It shouldn't change. Out of all the thoughts I had this morning, briefly, I want to remind you, as we get into my theme today, which is just a little bit of being grateful and gratitude and having gratitude for things. I'm going to talk a little bit about your destiny, as I always do. I just want to remind you that I'm going to talk about some things, and you may think about, I'm very capitalistic, so I'm a big fan of money, and I'm a big fan of seeing people succeed and seeing people do amazing, amazing things. And oftentimes, those amazing things require, money, and they require revenue. I just want to remind you that if you don't have money, if you don't have a lot of money to do the things you want to do, remember that you have time, okay? And you can use your time. You can overwork or outwork somebody else if you have time and they have money, if this makes sense. So hear me out. I'm saying if you have a lot of time on your hands, you can get a lot done even without money. And this is especially true if you want to learn a skill, or you want to change your career, or you want to do something in life to advance yourself. Yes, you can go to a college and throw $10,000 and try to learn something new. But if you don't have that money, you have time, use that time to become obsessed with that thing. Educate yourself on that thing. Put yourself in communities about that thing. Basically, live in the world of that thing until you get the money. And then when you have the money, you can buy more time, meaning you can work with people and shorten your timeline to get things done. But just remember, if you don't have a lot of money right now, you've got time, and make the best use of this time. At 12, love you. Hey Patrick, we all gonna have a lot of money starting at 12 p.m. today. Hey Sister Christine, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I love you head to toe. You're probably one of the few people in the world I've known the longest. Absolutely. So if you're gonna have a bunch of money at noon, good for you, sister. For those of you that know, Christine is a friend of my friend. Goodness gracious, I've known her longer than I've known just about everybody in the world. There's probably only 2 or 3 people in the world, and I've known longer than her. Hey, Flanagan. Oh, Dave Flanagan. I don't recall seeing you on here before. Oh, but you're talking my stuff right here. Sales, poker, and marketing. Dave Flanagan. Let's see. Let's take care of Christine today because I love her to death. We all gonna have a lot of money starting at noon today. I don't know, have no idea what that means, but because I love you, I have to listen to you and tolerate you. That's how come. That's how I see it. I'm absolutely kidding. She knows I absolutely love her. You know, I realize I don't have running. I don't have my little utility running that puts subscribers up on the screen as they subscribe. So bear with me. Here we go. There we go. Let's fire up that piece of software, and then up here above my microphone, as we get subscribers, that it'll show subscribers they subscribe live. Dave Flanagan, my brother. Let me see what we have here. Couldn't agree more. I took YouTube notes to learn sales, poker, and marketing. Man, these are these are Dave. These are my topics. I love these topics, especially poker. There is a Dave. There is a casino, a couple, not a couple, like 45 minutes south of me. Texas Hold'em. Know that room very well. I'm a 1-2 no limit guy, and I really got to get better at that. I'm not great at poker. I'm decent, but I could be much better at poker. So Dave, good skill to learn right there. It's just a good life skill to learn. Steven, production quality going effing crazy. You using Restream or Restream? Wait, is it going effing crazy good or effing crazy bad? Let me know which one, Steven, because if it's going effing crazy bad, man, that scares me a little bit. Okay, remember, gratitude is our theme for the day. So if you've got something that you're grateful for, please share it with me in the comments, and we will chat about it for a little bit. How's the day been going so far? I was up, not perfect, but for those of you who got up this morning and some kind of exercise, please drop a comment. Drop the little emoji. Drop the little arm emoji. You know that one? Drop that little arm emoji. It's that Christine. Let's not talk about that. No, we're going to talk about it for a little bit. I don't avoid difficult topics. I really don't. But it's not my first topic, Christine. So we're going to talk about that eventually. Yeah, I've already been at the gym, did half hour on the treadmill, and later is weights. So for my fitness boys and girls, if you've got some fitness plan today, good for you. Good for you. I like we were chatting about earlier, way too damn cold, can't walk outside. So had to drive to the gym. It is what it is. I didn't have my headphones. You know how you have first world problems? You know how sometimes you have first world problems and they feel like a big deal to you? I got to the gym today and I didn't take my gym headphones. I can't find my gym headphones. I have a special set of gym headphones. Ooh, leg day. Ooh, here you go, Dave, my man. I couldn't find my set of headphones. So can you believe it? I had to walk for half an hour on the treadmill at a 15-degree incline, sweating my butt off with no music. I couldn't believe it. It was torture. Music is very, very important to me. So that was my very rough workout today. But you know what I'm looking forward to is it looks like we have a warming trend this week. And this weekend, it's going to be in the mid 50s. And I'm going to be outside someplace. I'm going to be either hiking up Mount Scott here or doing one of my long hikes or going out to my buddy's ranch and tooling around on the trails. Something we will do to get outside because I'm getting cabin fever for sure. The reason I picked this theme is because I've been grateful a lot recently. Christine, goodness gracious, I gotta get out your way, sister. I gotta get out your way, and so we can go out and have some drinks and laugh about the good old times. Yeah, Dave, man, that's a good idea. That really is a good idea. I have the Apple AirPods in now, but I don't use these at the gym. Have a fabulous day too, sister. I love you, and give love to your daughter too for me, please. I don't use the AirPods. These are too valuable to use at the gym. I have some high quality gym ones which are made more for gym stuff. But music, the only way I get through workouts sometimes is music, and music is life. Music is, I cannot emphasize that phrase enough. And so I somehow made my way through it. But yeah, I've been grateful a lot recently. I've just realized that I'm just kind of lucky on a lot of things. And I think that came because I got into a phase there a little bit where I was feeling sorry for myself that I wasn't getting the things I wanted as fast as I wanted. I went through a little bit of sulking and woe is me and feeling sorry for myself phase. And I think I've come out of that now. And I'm in a grateful phase. I'm just in the mode of just looking at the things I have and the benefits I have. And if you're starting off your year realizing that, you know, there are big things you want to do, but you don't have the money to do them, or you don't know the right people to do them, or you don't have the right tools, the right CRM, the right website, the right thing to sell. Um, uh, Everyone's worst problem is the worst problem. It's the worst problem. That's a well put, Keith. Very well put. Yes, I'm grateful for music and being a part of this metaphysical and physical experience as a human. Exactly, Dave. I mean, Dave, I think Dave just put into words kind of what I'm feeling here. The fact that, you know what, first world problems are just hilarious when you remember that they're FWPs. Don't even say it, I don't even say it anymore. It's FWP. It's become a like a LOL or MALOL or LOLOLOL or RTFOL. FWP. We've all got first world problems, and as long as you remember that some of your problems really are first world problems, it'll kind of reset your mindset and remind you to be grateful for the basics. I mean, do you have a roof over your head? You know what? You've got a piece of technology in your hand right now that allows you to watch live videos from all over the world, from wherever you are. I mean, goodness gracious, sometimes just be grateful for the basics. More than likely, you woke up this morning with a roof over your head. Be grateful for the basics. Yeah, as Dave put it right here. I mean, Keith put it right here. I love this right here, Keith. Everyone's problem is the worst problem of the time. Exactly. Very, very well put, my friend. And Dave Flanagan said here, I'm grateful for music and being a part of metaphysical. Oh, really quick before we go too much further. In the background of my video here, for those of you that have watched more than once or been on more than one live stream, um, there's a bass back there and there's a keyboard back there. And what was I going to say? Oh, I actually got out my bass yesterday, and I was actually Saturday and Sunday, and I was strumming a few notes. It's been a while since I've been doing that, so I'm slowly learning the bass, here and there, little by little. But yeah, it's just a time to be grateful. And see what else did I have in my notes here? Things. Yeah, I've talked about mindset. Yeah, let's talk. I mean, we can talk about the presidency for a little bit. When I'm feeling heavy, uh, great posting video here. The best plan is profit by following others. Pin of the elder. Oh, I see what you're doing here, Richard Hayes. Thanks for tuning in, brother. I appreciate just see your posts on my timeline. When I'm feeling heavy, I call AAA. Acknowledge what I'm grateful for. Appreciate the things that you acknowledged. Allow what's next to come to fruition. That's a very well. I like the way to put that. I mean, you know what? I may copy that and use that in future shows, and just say, hey, what would Dave say? What would Flanagan say? What would Dave Flanagan say? What would DFS? Or what would DFD? What would Dave Flanagan do? When I'm feeling heavy, I call AAA. Acknowledge what I'm grateful for. Appreciate those things you acknowledged, and allow what's next to come to fruition. Very, very well put. I appreciate it right there. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about what we have coming up here in the USA. Today, and then we're going to wrap up on a high note. Going to try to get you out of here by 9:30, but I just don't want to avoid the elephant in the room. Okay, um, if you ever seen me talk online about politics, I don't shy away from that topic. You'll know that I'm definitely not happy with the choice that we made, but it is a choice that we made, and the time for whining is past us. You know what? 100% do not like the person, and I know if you're watching my live stream, there are people on here who 100% are in agreement with me. Just do not like the person. I like my government. I like my executive branch. I like my judicial branch. I believe it's what executive, judicial, and legislative. I believe I got those right. Didn't I get those right? I love the way my government's arranged, and it's not perfect, but I'm very happy with the country that I live in. I really am. I don't like some of the people that are in those positions, and I'm 100% not a fan of putting a felon in office, a sexually assaulting felon who's been convicted. Okay, and these are not these are not innuendos or rumors or things like that. And hopefully, if you hear me say these things, it won't cause you to unfollow me, because also when I talk about politics, notice that I'm actually pretty middle of the road. Okay, I can see both sides, and I hate the term Republican and I hate the term Democrat. I hate putting us into buckets. Okay, because we are all citizens of this country that we are in, this imperfect country on this imperfect planet with imperfect people that, we're just not perfect. I am not perfect as a human being. You are not perfect. Our elections aren't perfect. You know what? And again, I don't like that person. Thanks, Keith. I just don't have the three branches right. I know it's three branches, and it's been a while since I've done that. But you know what? It is what it is. We have to get past the whining about what happened, okay? This is the next 4 years of our life, and this is who is going to lead our executive branch, okay? And because I love my country and because I love the process, I can get past it, okay? The next 4 years are definitely going to be trying. And a big tenet of any coaching and my mindset and the things I do, a big part of that um, is goodness gracious, where was I going with this? Oh, a big part of that is just making do with what you have in place. Okay, and oh, excuse me, a big part of what I know what I was going to say. A big part of my mindset on things is making sure that you are as independent. If you are a U.S. citizen, making sure you are as independent from the government as much as possible. Okay, I like to remind people to set up their life and their business so you pay as little taxes as possible. So you basically keep as much of your own money and take advantage of your own benefits that you create yourself versus relying on the government. Okay. And that's one of the reasons the executive branch, who goes in the executive branch, doesn't really concern me that much. Okay. It's because I'm always working on making myself as independent as possible. I don't want to wake up and live and die and sleep and retire by and have that kind of controlled by who or impacted by who's ever in office. I want today's like today to be a non-event. Okay, I would just want presidents to come and go. I just want presidents to come and go, and yeah, okay, that's nice, or affects my taxes, or this a little bit. But for the most part, if you've been alive more than 5 minutes, you realize that also what happens at the federal level often has a very little impact for you for years. It can trickle down, but just because the president farts on a Monday doesn't mean your life is going to change on a Tuesday. Okay, I know he's coming in the office. He's going to issue a bunch of executive orders. You know what? Some of them will impact me a little bit. Some of them won't. Again, I'm not overly concerned. This is not an amazing day, and this is not a horrible day. Okay, it's just a transition. But if you don't like the results, number one, we got to take care of it better next time. And also, again, just make yourself as independent of every government as possible. And that's easier for some of us, like in the U.S., not so easy in some other countries. I absolutely realize that. But it really shouldn't matter who's in office, okay? I want you to be self-sufficient. And then once you're self-sufficient, it allows you a lot more opportunities to be grateful because you worked for it. You worked for your money that gave you your health insurance. You worked for the money that put a roof over your head. You worked for the money that allows you to buy like a nice steak, a nice big ribeye steak, cooked medium, flash cooked on both sides, and then slow cooked again on both sides with plenty of butter and salt and pepper on it. Dr. 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 Erica. Can I call you Dr. Erica? Thank you, Dr. Erica. I definitely noticed you there. Um, Dr. Erica, take action in ways we can, small or large, 100%. I mean, for those of you that don't know, the license plate on my car is literally ACTION. That is my Oklahoma vanity license plate right there. Before that, it was Twitter, I think. I think I've had Twitter. I've had DMSR for my old school Prince fans. And I've had Flyer too, FLYER, because I'm a pilot. So those are all my vanity license plates I've had in the past. But right now, the one I like is Action. Unfortunately, I can't fit Stop Doing Nothing but maybe I can get SDN. I should check that. No, I like Action better because no one's going to know what SDN means, right? It's only going to be Action that what people means. So let's see, what are we doing? We're about 24 minutes into this. Thank you, Dr. Erica, for your comments. I appreciate it. I definitely see you there. And where are you watching from? You are on Instagram. I can see that. Well, that's right. I went live on Instagram, so I've got Instagram comments over here. I've got Deep. I've got Dr. Erica. I've got a few people over here watching on Instagram too. Life is very, very cool. You know what? You know what we can't stream for a long, long time? Minneapolis. Ooh, Prince. That's Princetown. That's Prince area. That's Morris Day area. That's Flight Time and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis area. Dr. Erica, all my musical fans right there, but mainly the Time and Morris Day. I'm a huge Morris Day, huge Time fan right there. A lot of influence on my wardrobe over the years. Do I have any do I have any SNL watchers? I'm going to talk a little bit about something that I think this Saturday night Dave Chappelle was hosting. And again, he's a polarizing person. And if you don't like him and you're watching, well, hopefully you can hang out with me for a little bit. The Bird, 100%. I've got every album, every song the Time ever made. And if you want to know the etymology of like before there was Prince and before there was the Time, like the bands they had before that, Dr. Erica, you and I could chat forever about that whole evolution and all the bands that came off of that. But if you did watch SNL last night, or if you're an avid SNL watcher or a Dave Chappelle fan, drop me a comment. Type in Ashy Larry. There you go. Type in Ashy Larry if you're a Dave Chappelle fan. Ashy Larry and whatever Chappelle's smoked up a storm on SNL. Is that what he did? Did he smoke? Oh yeah, he was. He was smoking during his monologue and everything. Yeah. So I watched the monologue last night. Because I'm a big SNL fan, I watch every episode like Sunday afternoon. But also, there are times when I find, there are times, not all the time, there are times when I find Dave Chappelle spouts a little bit of philosophy, which I like. I like everything he says. I'm not a stan, but every now and then he drops some philosophy. And as he ended his monologue last night, he said something which I've listened to over and over and over, and that's how he ended his monologue is how I'm going to end this show. I'm going to talk to you about what he talked about. Okay, it'll give us something to talk about here as we wrap up. So the ending of his monologue went like this, and these are Dave Chappelle's words, not my words. Okay, he did his normal series of jokes about Diddy and all that things, but then he got serious at the end. This is what he said. The presidency is no place for petty people. Okay? Whether people voted for you or not, they are counting on you. Okay? Whether people like you or not, they are counting on you. The whole world is counting on you, okay? And that meaning that there are just other countries that think that rely on us to support them or to defend them, okay? And that's what so the whole world can kind of shift a little bit sometimes when a new president comes into office, especially someone as polarizing as this. Okay, those aren't Chappelle words, those are my words. Whether you like it or not, they are counting on you. The whole world is counting on you. Good luck. He said that like he meant it. And I have to admit, once I heard him say that, I started softening up a little bit. And yeah, I don't like the person in that office. However, I do not want that person in the office to fail, okay? I want that person in the office to be a better person than they were last time and to help make the lives better of the people in this country, okay? I always have hope. I always have my mental fingers crossed, okay? Even if I don't like the person, I don't want them to fail because it has downstream effects to the 50 states. It has downstream effects to all the capitals of all those states. It has downstream effects, and it affects how the world sees us. And I am way off his monologue at this point now. But he said, good luck, do better next time, do not forget your humanity. Okay? So here it is without the Patrick. Here it is without the Patrick notation. Dave Chappelle, the presidency is no place for petty people. Whether people voted for you or not, they are counting on you. Whether they like you or not, they are counting on you. The whole world is counting on you. Good luck. Do better next time. Do not forget your humanity. Okay? So hopefully, as we roll into a new 4 years here in the U.S. with a new president, we can remember stuff like that. Is that whether or not we voted for someone or not, whether or not we like them or not, if they are making laws or rules or things that control our lives, I want them to succeed. Okay? I do not want this person to fail because then it means that part of my executive branch has failed, which means part of my government has failed. Okay? I just don't want that. So, hopefully the next 4 years will not be a living hell. If you voted for him, congratulations. If you didn't, hopefully you can find some solace and some peace and a little bit of gratitude that we have the choice that we have. Because remember that if this had flipped, if somebody else had won, you'd have, 50-ish% of the people, whatever the number is. I don't really care about the exact number. They would be unhappy on the other side, okay? And the last thing I'd say, and this kind of comes to mind right now, the last thing I'd say is don't get involved too much in the cult of personality, okay? I always like to remember that I like the executive branch, and I like the office, and I like the way it works. I am not obsessed with the person in there, okay? And this is true whether or not it was a man or a woman who was ever in there, or what party they were, okay? I don't get obsessed about the people. Get obsessed about what they do and their actions and their attitudes and how they represent us to the rest of the world, okay? Okay? Find some gratefulness today. If you got some hate or some resentment or some fear, let me know. DM me on Facebook. DM me on YouTube. Find a way to get a hold of me and we'll chat it out for a little bit, okay? But find a way to be grateful today. Find a way to put a smile on your face or a smile on somebody else's face. Uh, Doctor, you haven't. Dr. Erica, I haven't seen you for years since early my NSA days. Great to stumble across you. Oh, I didn't know that we were connected via NSA, Dr. Erica. I apologize. I knew a lot of NSA people, but good to catch up with you then. Um, um, oh, Stephen put up a great point here. Let's see here what Stephen say. We all need to remember that the U.S. president spends his first 4 years trying to be elected for the second 4 years. With this being his second 4 years, he should, I love the quote, Stephen, should be doing a significant amount of stuff this term. Good point. Good point, man. Thank you, Stephen, man, for keeping us in check and reminding us that, I remember I have heard that directly from politicians because I've interacted at the Capitol here and I've been at the U.S. Capitol before. But yeah, a good chunk of your job, if you're going to be a lawmaker, is trying to stay being a lawmaker. That could be 2 years, that could be 4 years, that could be 6 years. It just depends on where you are. So Stephen brings up a very good point that the good part of a first term is to have a second term. Okay, and hopefully he can do more without worrying about trying to get elected for a second term. Okay, that's what I have. The coffee is empty. I'm going to chug some water out of the Playmaker's cup there. If you want one, let me know. Out of the Playmaker's cup here. I'm going to drop off over into email world, see what emails I missed this weekend, catch up on some high-level stuff. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe over on YouTube so I can give you some love. Subscribe, follow, and click on that notification button so I can share some more content with you. And if there's ever a topic you want me to talk about, philosophically, motivationally, technically, I tend to separate some of my technical discussions on YouTube from my philosophical ones. But yeah, go over there, subscribe on YouTube. I've got a high-level CRM playlist. If you're somebody who wants to do email marketing and just digital marketing better, look at that playlist right there. I've got some short videos on there. Overall, I am just really going in on YouTube. But oh boy, I should have made time to talk about TikTok. Did anybody have a mental breakdown this weekend because their TikTok went offline for a little bit? Did anybody, are you guys going to recover from that? Fortunately, and I don't want to make fun of people, even though I did put a pretty funny meme on my timeline. Go look at my Facebook timeline for the Onion headline I put on there. It's just amazing how much people were losing their minds over that, okay? And, I suppose if I lost my YouTube ability or my Facebook ability, that would bother me for a little bit. But then again, that would also remind me that, I don't need to be relying on one platform so much, okay? If you are somebody who would lose your mind if you lost your Facebook access or your YouTube access or your TikTok access, you've got to find a way so you only lose your mind a little bit when it goes away, not a lot. And I'd like to remind you that the president-elect, because that's all he is right now, did not unban TikTok. He does not have the power to unban something like that, okay? What we are in right now is we're in a 90-day extension for it to be reviewed. And then during that 90 days, a lot can happen. But he just can't walk in, clap his hands, and say, oh, it's unbanned kind of thing. It's just not how it works, thank goodness. And that's something else to be grateful for, is the fact that we do have 3 branches of federal government, and we can keep people in check as much as possible. So here we are at 9:34, Monday, January 20th, Inauguration Day here in the U.S. For those of you that are subscribed and watching, thank you as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. It's time for some more coffee here and time to GSD, get some things on. Dr. Erica, thanks for watching. And Stephen, thanks for watching. And Keith and Dave Flanagan on doing leg day at the gym. And Richard and Christine. I know Christine is long gone. But yeah, and the other Stephen Stefak. Also, just scrolling up here, and Ryan and Hannah, man, I hope you get better, sir. We had food poisoning from a Hoover Dam tour, yeah. But for those of you that are watching, thanks as always for watching. I'm going to sign off now. If you need anything from me, obviously DM me on Facebook or text the number on the screen, 405-217-4752. Everyone have a great day, and we will chat with you whenever we do the next show. Probably Wednesday or Friday, I would imagine. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.